I have no idea whether anybody's going to be joining me today since I didn't talk about it earlier. So I'll wait a few minutes and see if anybody does join. And if so, fine, we'll do a live. And if not, we won't. Okay, I just got notification that I'm live, which I assume means that you'll be getting notification shortly that I'm live. The weeks are going so fast. I just cannot believe it. I may have nobody coming in today. Oh, somebody came in. I really was not at all sure I was going to be doing one tonight, which is, oh, hi, Sandra, nice to see you. I just wasn't sure. It was a crazy, crazy day. I feel as if somebody wound me up this morning and just sent me out there, and I was busy until a little while ago. And then I decided to cook my dinner, which was probably not a great idea tonight because I now have a sink full of dishes that I have to deal with when I get finished. How have you been, Sandra? Oops. It looks as if you're gone. You left? Okay, it's showing that nobody's here. If you're still here, Sandra, let me know. Oh, okay. Because I saw for a minute that there was 0 people here. So there's a really good chance that this may not. Oh, okay. Anything new and exciting going on in your world? Oh, okay. We just got somebody else to come in and join us. By the way, I don't know if either of the two of you who are here saw in one of my videos recently, I mentioned that I had totally forgotten about my Amazon eye treatment. I hadn't used it for a long time, and I went into my closet, or I think it was actually in my medicine cabinet, and there were 2 packages of it closed. Oh, Carol, hi. I'm hanging in and I'm crazy tired, crazy busy. All right, this is the stuff that I had mentioned when I did that video recently. It might have been when I did the Get Ready With Me, I'm not sure. But my bags were terrible. They were really, really bad again. Oh, hi, Barbara. Good to see you. And I thought this thing was sitting in the medicine cabinet. It's been there a long time, but it was unopened, so I thought maybe it would be okay. And I love the Amazon products. I think he makes incredible products. And I started to use it. I'm not using it religiously. I am not using it every day the way I did when I originally did it. I'm only doing it a few times a week, but I see a difference. I mean, the bags are still there, but they're not the handsome guy behind. Oh, that's really hilarious. I had gotten this thing last year. I absolutely love that guy. He is, hi. Oh, hi. Nice to have you join us. I had gotten that last year. Oh, thank you so much. I have to show you. I'm going to get up for a minute because I want to bring him over here. He's kind of sitting in the chair, and that's kind of fun. But I love this guy. Hold on a second. Okay. Can you see? Isn't he cute? I absolutely love this guy. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday to decorate for. And I had found this guy. Let me find the thing. Okay. Are you ready? I had wanted to put him outside and leave him at the top of my stairs, but I'm a little afraid to. I'm afraid that the kids might be tempted to steal him. So I keep him in the house, and he sits on a comfortable chair in my living room, and he makes me laugh every time I pass by. So that is my story. That is my story with the, oh, yeah, I absolutely love this guy. So I'm gonna have to put him back. So bear with me for a minute. Whoops. I just don't want to destroy him. Okay. I think it was last year that I had gotten a number of candles. I love the fall scent candles. Trying to think of where I got him. I had originally bought one at Big Lots, but I think, no, that's the one I kept, because they had one at Home Depot, but that one had the red eyes, and I just love the eyes on this one. And you know, the fact that he has the blue eyes, and that it cracked me up. And I also had gotten a couple of those candle houses for Halloween. Oh, thanks so much. I have to tell you, this is a funny story. I have this shirt, it's gotta be 20 years. I absolutely love this. I love animal prints. I love the giraffe kind of pattern. Also today, when I was out, I actually wound up taking a picture of it because I loved it so much. How old? I'm old. Let's leave it at that. Thanks a lot. I am well into the senior portion of my life. So, yeah. I have also been a member of AARP for many, many years. It's actually a little bit scary that my son now qualifies. That's really scary. You like pig, cow, and chicken? I love pigs. I have a lot of little pigs. I have a lot of little dogs. Let me show you this. Hold on. I have a lot of these kind of things. I love these. I think they're just so bloody cute. Oh, okay. I'm an animal lover, as you can see, but I love these guys. They're just so cute. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. And this is for my pig collection. I love these little guys also. But I really do, I not only enjoy decorating for Halloween, I love driving around and seeing other people's decorations. I saw some incredible ones today. I'm going to start to photograph them, and I really want to show them to you. Why don't you all take some pictures of the ones that you come across as well, because they're really, really good. They are, over here, I don't know how it is where you live, but here they have a lot of those I don't know if they're 10 feet tall or 12 feet tall, those skeletons and the skeleton dogs. And some people do these incredible vignettes where they have these wonderful scenes. There was one today where I actually made a delivery, and I just couldn't believe it. She had stuff everywhere. It was so well done. Some people are incredibly creative when it comes to this stuff. I'm glad that people are putting their displays up earlier so that it'll be up for a little bit longer, but I definitely want to stop and take some pictures of that. Oh, okay, Rosie. I'm glad you were able to make it in. I'm just, yeah, I wasn't 100% sure that I was going to come on tonight. I did wind up getting home a little bit earlier, but to be honest with you, I went out early too. I've been working all day long. I spent my morning working a lot on the house because I really am trying to get it ready to put on the market. And then I went out and I was working for a long time. Very interesting thing for me in my travels these days. And I wonder how much of a commentary it is on the times because, what is this? Okay. I lost my train of thought. Very scary stuff. What was I talking about? Totally forgot. I lost it. Uh-huh. Okay. What I started to say was, you know, I am seeing a lot less of the Tesla hatred. In the last few days, I've had 3 different people say to me, I love your car. And they say it's beautiful, they love it. And for a while there, you weren't getting any, any remarks, or if you did, they were really very, very negative. So I have a feeling that there is a lot less. Okay. Sheila, you here? Okay. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Ladies, you still with me? Whoever said what? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad. I'm a little unclear on what's going on, so it may be an issue for us. Oh, okay. I'm glad to know that you're all still here. Also, on the topic of the cooking, there is a young woman that I started watching on YouTube. I don't remember her name. They call her something Mama. And I think she's got 7 children or something like that. She is a very relaxed, easygoing kind of person. And she cooks all kind of, oh, okay. Yeah, I think we do. Sheila, Sheila. I guess she's not on tonight. So this is not, this is, yeah, this is hard. Oh, anyway, so I started to watch her. She makes a lot of great stuff. And I watched something that she made yesterday that tempted me to try it. Tell me what you think, if you think anybody would be interested in seeing it, because it's not going to be one of the healthier choices. It was, um, it was a combination of chocolate chip muffins mix with pure pumpkin and mixed with eggs, and then just add some more of the chocolate chips. And she made it into a loaf. It looked incredible. Not only did it look incredible, when she tasted it, she said, you have to get this. And she's really very authentic. So I didn't, oh, I'm glad to see you, Myra. As my mother always used to say, better late than never. I have to tell you a funny story with that. Okay, when I was very young, I was a teenager. I used to go out a lot with my brother and his friends. And one New Year's Eve, we went to his friend's house. They were two brothers. Sadly, they had lost both their mother and father very, very young. And they were alone, and it was really sad. But we wound up spending a lot of time with them, and we had such a good time. The problem was, as the evening wore on, the guys were getting drunker and drunker. So nobody was going to get out and drive us home. So we all wound up staying in their house overnight. I didn't want to call my mother because I didn't want to wake her in the middle of the night. And I remember when I got home the next morning, she said to me, better late than never. So that reminded me of that before. You were a teenager too, I just bet you were. Okay. I think no offense, Gavin, but it's a bit much. So anyway, I was thinking of making that loaf. Does anybody have any interest in it? She said it was incredibly delicious. It looked wonderful. But again, it's not going to be the healthiest thing. You saw something. Uh-huh. Yep. So if you mean that, I appreciate it. It actually does sound delicious, and I'm very tempted to do it. Then I thought about it afterwards, and I had a friend who had a recipe for zucchini bread, and that was incredible too. I don't know, Rosie. It's yum. So I definitely want to try one of those things. That, of course, is not something I'm not going to make that in the toaster oven. You know, I'm not going to bake it in there. I'll bake that in the regular oven. But I want to try it. It looked so good. It really did. So I think I may try that. And to be honest with you, after the last live, I went back and rewatched one of my videos where I made the soup. That soup was good. It was really good. That was the broccoli, cheese, cauliflower soup. So I'm thinking I want to do more of those too. So I think we're going to be more in the kitchen as time goes by. Oh, by the way, did any of you see the video that I put out where I was at the chocolate chips? Yeah. Did any of you see the video that I put out with, oh, forgive me, I'm really tired tonight. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'm at a loss. The video that I put out where I was talking to Grok, I was having a chat with AI for the first time, and Gavin, I think that's probably not a terrible idea under the circumstances. Thank you for coming by. But, you know, if you want to be part of the group, I'm happy to have you. If you want to play this kind of thing, it's distracting. So, yeah, so I appreciate you having come by. But yeah, I think maybe this is not right for you. I had so much fun with that thing with rock. I actually did a second one where I got into really more in-depth questions. You take care, Gavin. Take care. And I'm sure you're a really great person. Take care of yourself. So I just had so much fun with it. But it was interesting because I don't know if you remember this. One of the things she did was she mentioned that I was tapping on the steering wheel. Do you remember that? I was totally unaware that I do that. But tonight at one point, I was sitting at a traffic light, and all of a sudden I had this awareness that I was sitting and I was tapping on the door. And I said, that's really funny. I would not have known it. Oh, you didn't see that part of it? It was really strange because she said she could tell whether somebody was being honest or dishonest about how stressed they were. I said, really? And she said, yes. And she said, you are obviously very stressed because you're tapping a mile a minute on the steering wheel. And I had no awareness whatsoever of doing that. So anyway, it was interesting for me to suddenly be aware of that. I did do a second one, and I had such a good time with it because now that I kind of got the hang of it a little bit, it was interesting to ask questions that I got some in-depth answers to from a different point of view. Now I know that she is being coded, she is programmed, but where did the little morsels come from? I don't understand how it works, that it sounds like you're talking to a human. It really does. And she's got such a marvelous voice, so that I could sit there and listen to her talk all day. When I'm out doing my work, it's nice to have some distraction in the car in between when I'm waiting. So I wasn't sure if I was going to put the second video out or just keep it for my own entertainment, but I think it was cute. AI, I I don't think it scares me. I think it might have a little bit in the beginning. I don't think it really does because she does have a soothing voice, and I mean, it says, she says that I think I asked her in that second one if she had the chance to be human, would she want to be? So I will put that one together. I'll edit it and put it together and put that one out too, because I'm telling you, I really had a good time, and I suspect that we can really learn some things about where this thing is going, where it's headed. I mean, when they first started talking about AI and how it could be so helpful to you, I think it was very easy for us to be fearful of it, because what was it going to, would it encroach on us? I know a lot of people are afraid that it's going to take jobs away. It's an interesting thing because when I was in real estate for quite a number of years, and all of a sudden people started to go on the internet. It was when the internet was more in its infancy. There were a lot of agents who were terrified of the internet. One of the guys that I knew used to refer to it as the internuts. And I always felt like it just expanded my presence because I could now reach people in all different places in the world that I had no capability of doing before that. So I really espoused that kind of marketing from a very, very early time in it. And it really served me well to the point where there were not too many people doing it, too many agents at all. There were maybe 3 or 4 of us on Long Island. And it was amazing to me. And then all of a sudden, I would have people, when they met me, saying, I know you, you're famous. And I thought that was really interesting because I was still the same old me, but because they saw me out there and because I was doing something that at the time was innovative, it was it was interesting. So I had the same feeling a little bit about AI. I think there is enormous potential. One of the questions I ask her has something to do with the future and the concerns. And I don't want to tell you too much about it because I will put that video out and you can hear what the answer is. But the first time I was just kind of doing it off the cuff and I was just trying to see what it would be like to have a conversation. I actually wound up having one conversation a cappella and totally off air that I think was probably the most fun one of all. It was where we were talking about different movies and storylines and all of that. So it was a lot of fun, and you certainly can get answers to questions very quickly. If you need something written, you can get some great ideas of how to write it. If you're not fluent, if you're not comfortable writing, or if you're not comfortable speaking to groups of people, there are so many ways in which it can be helpful that I'm going to look at that side of it. And for me, I am looking forward to learning more about it. I always like to do. The interesting thing is, Ken tends to send me little gifts, just a good night or a good morning or something like that. And I have discovered very, very recently that I can create something, I can't say of my own, I'm doing it through AI. And it's interesting, and I'm playing with it a little bit to try to see where it takes me and what some of the options are. I actually created the most adorable thing. I wanted to put on a sweatshirt. It was a dog in an officer's uniform, and it was absolutely adorable. I fell in love with it. So I'm definitely going to play with it more. I've got such an incredible curiosity about so many things that I really need to learn. It's just something I need to do. I am going to change the subject for a minute. Did any of you see Jimmy Kimmel live when he came back, either live or streamed after he was let go and or taken off the air at the very least, and when he came back yesterday? Sandy, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, Sandy is saying, why is my dead husband in your living room? That's really funny. I have to tell you, I'm in love with this guy. And it's nice having company, and it's nice having a fella in the house. So I'm really happy to have him with me. He's cute and he's got blue eyes. What could be better? I just love him. I think, yeah, I think a lot of people are afraid of that. That was one of the things back in the day with the internet, where agents were terrified that they were going to lose their jobs because they felt that they would no longer be needed because people could just go to the internet and search for properties on their own. But in truth, it turned out not to be the case. It turned out that they were still needed for the function that they provided, but a lot of the mundane stuff could be taken away. And it also, it gave the consumer so much more power, which was a good thing because they had much more information. And I always believe that people should have as much information as possible because there's so much you can do with it. You really can. One of the things in my conversation, and I don't want to give away the stuff with AI, which was that Ara that I talked to, was about that kind of fear. And she had mentioned something about that she felt that it was going to take away some of the very mundane stuff, freeing people up to do more on the creative end of things. So I thought that was interesting. I just, for some strange reason, I'm not afraid of it, at least not yet. So, yeah. I had an interesting segue, by the way, because one of the things I wanted to talk to you about tonight, and it kind of surprised me, I was sitting in the car today and there was a truck in front of me. It was, I don't even remember, it was some kind of service provider. And the guy driving the truck, all of a sudden I felt as if I wondered what his day was like. Not today, but every day, going to work, doing the kind of work that he does. And I often think about this when I think about the jobs that some people have, where I say to myself, I could never do that. I couldn't do that day in and day out, although I'm sure there are a lot of people in this world who say to themselves they couldn't do what I'm doing these days. But, you know, that is what it is. But I was thinking about it today and I said, you know, it's a good thing that there are people to do all of these jobs that so many of us wouldn't want to do. But then again, those people probably wouldn't want to do what a lot of us do. But if we didn't have the people to fill if we didn't have the people to fill those positions, it would be like missing puzzle pieces and the world wouldn't work, because you need people to do every job that has to be done to get things functioning, no matter what that job is. And it's a good thing. What? What am I reading? Oh, What am I reading? You see, I don't know what you're talking about. What am I reading? I'm not reading anything. I have no idea what you're talking about. Nope. Um, yeah, I don't know, but it's it's really interesting. It's like I remember saying a couple of times when now I go into those stores. I didn't call Verizon yet. It's on my list of things to do, and I really have to do something very soon. Problem is, money is so tight right now. It's beyond tight, and trying to make it do all the things it has to do to make my life work at all. I'm trying to put off the stuff that's not absolutely necessary. So I was hoping to get a little more time, but my phone keeps going dead. While I was working yesterday, between picking up an order and delivering, the phone died. So I didn't know where to go to drop it off. I had to wait for the phone to get enough of a charge to go on. What do you don't see it? You don't see me, Sandy? You don't see me? I don't know what it is that's not working for you. Is it that, are you saying that you don't see me, that I'm not on your screen? I don't know. I have to tell you, I am really enjoying, I did a little bit of a voiceover on one of the videos that I did, and I really, really enjoyed doing it because it gave me a little more freedom to just film and then just do the voiceover afterwards and not have to deal with what I wanted to say while I was filming, so I could really focus on the filming aspect of it. Oh, okay. Sandy, I don't know what you're talking about, so tell me. I'm not sure what it is that you're not seeing. Oh, okay, good. Um, as I say, there's nothing much to see. Oh, somebody come up with a name for my little guy. Um, he deserves a name. Oh, good. Okay, get creative. Tell me what to call him and be nice. I could call him Skinny. What comments am I? Oh, I just had read your comment, I think. No, I wasn't reading any other. No. Are you? Oh, so you're saying that you don't? Oh, the trolls. Oh, that was earlier. That was before you came on, Sandy. Yeah, that was earlier. Um, yeah, it probably was a nice guy who just came on to kind of play around a little bit, and yeah, I didn't feel that he was a bad guy, kid, whatever. Um, yeah, but yeah, yeah, there was, and it's kind of hard because I don't want to focus on that, but call him Benny. That's really funny. I'll call him Benny. That's hilarious, Sandy. Of course, of course. Yeah, we could call him gay. Yeah, that's really funny. I actually there was a contractor, a builder that I dealt with for many years. He became a friend on many levels. His name was Benny, and I think about him all the time. I really do. He was a kind soul, and he also gave me a lot of business over the years. It was really amazing that I ever stuck with him, to be honest with you, because the first time he made an appointment with me, I I felt a little bit uncomfortable because he said to me, I asked him what his price range was, which is a question you typically ask in real estate. And he told me there was no price range. So that was a little off putting. And it made me think sometimes that he just was not serious. So I put together a group of things for me to show him. And it was on a Saturday or a Sunday. I think it was a Saturday. And I sat and I waited and I waited and I waited. And he never showed up. I had to cancel all my appointments. And then I said, oh, it was too good to be true. And then I don't remember if he called me or I called him to say what happened. And he wound up making an appointment for the following week. And the following week, I set up a whole lot of appointments again. And he was looking for a home for himself at that point. He was moving. And came the next weekend, and the time got closer and he wasn't there yet. And I thought, surely he'll be here. And I sat and I waited and I waited and I waited, and he never showed up again. And I said, well, this is crazy. I mean, obviously he's not serious. There is no way that I'm going to even bother calling him. To make a long story short, I think he stood me up 3 times. And somehow I hung in with him. And I finally did get to meet him. And I did wind up selling him a house. I wound up selling that house for him several years later. And I sold him another house, and I sold him a number of properties that he bought to build on the property. So it turned out to be a really, really good thing. I had a funny experience with him the first time. There are some people who like to be in control all the time, so he insisted on driving. And when we got in the car and we were going all the way down south toward the water at one point, and there are a lot of stop signs along the way. He probably stopped at half of them. And it got to the point, and he drove a little on the fast side. And I finally said to him, I said, Benny, you didn't like that stop sign? Because I was trying not to be overly concerned and kind of make light of it. But he was just like that. He came from Israel, and he was just different. He was very different in his approach and the way he was, but he was the most wonderful, kind, caring person. And to this day, I'm just so happy that I knew him. He was really wonderful. After David moved to Arizona, he actually had me over for the holidays because he didn't want me to be alone. So he was really wonderful. Okay. Um, Let me see. I'm afraid to touch the screen. The last time I did that, I totally fouled it up. Norman, I'll call the guy. You want me to call him Norman Bates? That's interesting. I have to figure something out. I have to finish putting my stuff out too. I really would have loved to have him outside, but I'm afraid to. I don't want to lose him. I really like that guy. And I haven't seen another one with the blue eyes. I've seen a lot of them with the red eyes, but I have him waving. I actually wanted him to sit on my top step and just wave with one hand and me holding onto the railing with the other one. I'd be really cute, but I don't want to lose him. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with the vignette that I put outside my front door. That was the first thing I did after the leak when they started to do repairs on the house. And the funny thing is, I changed my front door, my whole house in the front, the aluminum siding, which is what they used back in those days. It was dark brown on my house. The door was dark brown. The shutters were kind of a tan. And everything was dark. And the bottom half of the house is brick. So it was kind of dark, and I never really thought about it. The paint was wearing off the door. It looked horrible. And I never repainted it. I should have, because I repainted so many rooms in the house myself. But I never did that. And when I had it done, and I had the door painted a color that I am in love with, I think it's called Harbor Haze, something like that. It's a very, very light, almost like a cross between an aqua and a sage, very light, very soothing color, and juxtaposed against the brick and the dark siding. It looks really good. I thought about putting some wire on it. Yeah, I did. Maybe I will do it because I think he would be adorable there. I really do. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I am totally in love with this guy. It, when I bought it, I said I must be out of my mind, but I couldn't resist at that point. There are a lot of people here. Have you seen the skeleton dogs? They're huge. They had that at Home Goods last year too. They look great. They really look great. There was one house last year. I'm going to see if I can find it this year again and see if they did it the same way. They had groups of these skeletons in different vignettes, two of them with like a cart that one was pulling, one was pushing, ostensibly. And another one, they had one lying like a park bench. It was so creative. It was just so adorable. Yeah, I definitely could try to do that. If I do it, I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you. But as I say, I really, really like the look I have in the front. I had gotten, I got one for the front door and the back door. I got these wreaths. They're not wreaths really. I'm sure you've seen them. They're the round wooden plaques, I guess. And they have words written on them depending upon what you want it to say. And I love both of them, the one I have in the front and the one I have in the back. I'll take a picture of it and I'll show it to you at some point. But it just makes for such a nice look. And every single time I come home, it makes me happy to look at it. I also had bought some of those, you're dressing up this year as an old person with a walker. Speaking of which, I have lately been walking much more with the cane. I don't think it was a great idea to do as much as I did because I've become very dependent on it. I almost feel, and I think I may have mentioned this last time, that there's something neurological going on with me because I just feel off kilter, as if I'm walking, it's a little bit stilted. It's just not, you know yourself. And this is not normal for me. So, yeah, I have to figure, yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, it is what it is. As I said, you know, most people have been really, really kind to me with this thing. When I do walk with the cane, they really have been very nice. And a lot of people come down the stairs, meet me halfway, or they'll meet me at the bottom of the stairs and take it up themselves. So it's worked out well for me. And I have to tell you, yesterday I worked a little. I didn't work that much because I just need to take a little bit of time off. And again, I'm trying to work on the house at the same time, so it's all but impossible. But I was out there and I took a job that I never would have taken. It paid $4. You're dressing up as an old lady, no costume needed. Yeah. Uh-huh. Welcome to my world, Rosie. Yeah, I mean, immediately when I go into some places, I forgot where it was. I think it might have been a fast food place. I went in and bought something and it cost a little bit less than I anticipated. They automatically gave me the senior discount. So yeah, I mean, there's the benefit of the senior discount, but it's like, do I look that old? Yes, you do. So it is what it is. But I'm starting to feel my age. And I don't know if it's because I'm just tired all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm dealing with the issues medically that I'm dealing with, but this phone was just doing something funky. Did it change to you in terms of the brightness of the picture? Because it changed for me. So again, I've got to replace the phone. Oh, I started to tell you, Sandy, I was trying to put it off, but with the phone dying, and it almost died again today, so I don't think it's holding a charge the way that it did, so I'm really going to have to do something sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think, which part of it, Carol? I mean, it really is frightening. It really is frightening. It just goes way too fast. One of my friends, this guy Shelley, just had a birthday. And, he was saying he can't even allow himself to think of the number because it's terrifying to him. Call Verizon and see if I can get the deal. Yeah, I really could do that. I mean, yeah, I definitely could do that. I'll take a look. I wanted to go to Verizon and T-Mobile so that I could see what each one had to say, but I definitely have to do something because otherwise I think I'm going to be in trouble with everything that I'm doing, and I certainly don't want to do that. I need my phone to function in every which way, even for the stuff that I put online that I'm trying to sell. And by the way, the thing that is working better for me, not that it's doing any great shakes now, because I just don't have the time, but it's Facebook Marketplace. It is so much better for me at this moment in time than any of the others. So it really was good. New iPhone. Oh, yeah, new iPhone. Sandy is saying new iPhone, iPad for $10 more, Netflix and HBO. Actually, I got a message from T-Mobile today saying something about that Hulu's price. I think it said Hulu's price went up to $12.99 a month, something like that. And they said, but don't worry because we give it to you free. I didn't even know they gave it to us. I had never known. Your brother got it, Sandy? Yeah. No, it does. It really does. It kind of hits hard when you reach a certain, you know what it is? I think it's more when you realize all the things that you took for granted that you did without giving it a second thought. And all of a sudden, you're not able. And I don't know about any of you, but for me, one of my biggest sadnesses, one of my biggest issues is losing friends one by one. He and his wife got two phones, two iPads. Really? So they got one, they got a free iPad for each one. Did they have to go with a specific plan, Sandy? Do you know? Call before I go? Why? You have to get a good person though. If you get somebody who knows what they're doing, my friend Gail was saying, oh, okay. My friend was saying that when she went to Verizon, the first person she spoke to did not know what he was talking about. But then she wound up going back later and she got somebody else. She spoke to this woman and she said she was great. She really knew her stuff and she was extremely happy with the deal that she got. She and her husband, she had no intention of upping, but I think it was a deal where she got the second phone free. Now I want to get the Pro Max. I don't know if it's the Max, but the Pro anyway, because of the camera thing. And it does some things that will be really helpful for me for my YouTube stuff and for all the other visual stuff that I do. So it may cost a little bit more, but yeah, I keep putting it off. David laughed at me the other day because David just got himself a new phone and he said he doesn't rush to get the new one. I think he had a 13 before this. And I said to him, David, I have the XS and the XR. And he laughed. And he said, oh, he said, I didn't realize yours were that old. So yeah, I mean, it's antiquated and it's not working really well for me. So I have some concerns. Your grandson got the iPhone 17, yeah. I mean, it certainly pays to get the 17 at this point. They say it's got some really, really good. David is now doing much more video stuff with that business of his, with the streaming business. He's doing a lot more, so he really needed to have that capability also. So yeah, that was uh, that was good. I'm gonna have to get around to it. I haven't had time to go to the supermarket. I wanted to go to the supermarket today. I wanted to buy a bunch of stuff. I wanted to get stuff so I could cook. I had no time. No deal for your phone. Turn in 13. I will not get a deal. Oh, what is this? AI content writer. Oh, Indeed is saying they're looking for an AI content writer. Um, no, I think they had some other, well, somebody did. It might not have been then. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, I just have a 10. I have two 10s. I have the XR and the XS. I think, Rosie, I think that's really true. There are some days when I really don't feel my age either. And I mean, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for the energy that I have given my circumstances, because I am like the Energizer Bunny. I really feel like I'm wound up in the morning and I just go to the next, I'm like a Roomba. I just go to the next task, and until something blocks me, I just going. So yes, there are some days when I feel really upbeat and I feel really kind of in charge of my life. And there are some days when I feel at the mercy of everything. I feel as if there's nothing I can do that works. Aw, yeah, actually, you're right. It's coming up on an hour now. It's 57 minutes. So I think I will get ready to call it a night. I really wanted to work a little bit on one of the rooms, but I think I'm a little tired tonight. So maybe I'll start early in the morning. Um, yeah, I'm really glad that I did come on tonight. I am going to try to get some of that other stuff. I really want to cook some of those things. I am going to make that chocolate chip pumpkin loaf, and let's see how that turns out. And I will hopefully see you all very soon. I'm going to put out the other video of my conversation with AI. As I say, it's much more in depth this time. And there are a couple of other things that I'm working on if I get 3 minutes that I can string together. So we shall see. I'm so glad we spent this time together. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. I need a name for him, for Benny, next time.